And just say your name and spell it for me.
Luke, L-U-K-E.
And last name?
Service, S-E-R-V-I-C-E.
Well, that works out well. And what's your title, position?
I work for Leitner Palma of America. I'm a project manager for the installation team. We're out here at the Riverbank Zoo installing the first gondola here in South Carolina. It's a pleasure and honor to be a part of this project. The sky ride here across the Saluda River will be 2 minutes and 30 seconds long. It'll be able to transport you from the zoo to the gardens, or from the zoo to the gardens very easily and efficiently, and it'll give you a nice view of the river while you're doing it.
All right, Luke, have you guys ever done gondola put-ups before, or is this a first?
It's the first in South Carolina. Our company does 2 to 3 gondolas a season all throughout the North America, and I actually built one at Wasatch Peaks in Utah earlier in 2024. So.
Fantastic. How daunting of a task is it to build this? Or since you guys do it all the time, is it just like put the pieces together and watch it flow?
There's a lot of work that's done in the background just to get this project rolling, with permitting and all the legwork for the planning and the architectural design, and just putting the concept together. And then once we get going, we do everything from the concrete installation, and now we have the crane here behind us today. We're assembling the first terminal and a few towers today, and looking forward to putting the rest together in a month and a half or so.
Fantastic. I'm a mate yesterday. That was a slab of concrete and rebar, and now we got a gondola station there that you can actually tell what it is. What's it like for you just seeing it go from raised land to a fully functional apparatus?
It's always awesome to be a part of the project, and you know, coming together and seeing native land and the trees going down and the foundations being excavated and poured, and then, as he's saying, we now have steel standing in the air. It's starting to look like a machine, and it's just a tribute to everybody's hard work that goes into this and making it happen. So a lot of things happen for these critical days, like craning, a lot of prep work, assembling pieces to make it most efficient on those days we have the machine here.
So what's easier, this side, or do you think the other side's going to be easier?
It's all the same. It's all steel going together, so.
All right, I'm trying to think. What do you think the timeline will be for this to actually be built and operational?
Well, we're almost here, middle of February, and we're hoping to have this thing turn in the first week in April.
Fantastic. Anything I'm leaving out?
No, sir. Beautiful day here in South Carolina. Thank you.
So, is this Riverbanks? Or,
looking at you.
Yeah, just look at me. Is this Riverbanks or a ski lodge? What's going on behind us?
Well, it does feel a bit like a ski lodge this week, but we are super excited to have people actually see, for the first time really visually, part of our new expansion, this brand new aerial tramway that will actually take guests from right here, right behind the carousel, all the way up to the top of the garden. It's going to be a super exciting addition when it opens later this year.
To me, it's just amazing that on Sunday there was nothing here, and now we have an entire station and towers going up. What's it like that, since everything has gone through, to now see it?
You know, we started this process plan back in 2019, so to think about all the hours that the entire team has put into this, and so many people around the city who've been helping us get to this phase, to actually see something out of the ground is a little bit surreal, but it's really, really exciting.
It's fantastic. So tell us a little bit about what you think the timeline is for this. I talked to Luke, the project manager. He said they'll have it working by April, but I'm assuming we're going to get a staff and maintenance and all that going before we open to the public.
That's exactly right. So this new attraction will have a dedicated maintenance team, a dedicated operations team, and once it is up and fully running, we'll want that team to take all the time they need to get really comfortable with the operation. So there's lots of other testing and processes that go into place once it's actually built. So it'll be several months, and we're targeting opening in the fall.
Fantastic. So what now that we've seen that this is going on and stuff is actually happening, what comes next after this? What can we tell people so far? I know we got to keep some things in our sleeves, but where are we going after the Sky Ride?
The Sky Ride is going to connect both sides of our campus in a totally new way that will be faster at only 2.5 minutes point to point, and will really create the very first step in what we like to think of as really putting the river in riverbanks. Riverbanks, the Saluda has long been at the heart of the zoo, but it's maybe not been at the heart of the guest experience. People don't really think of the fact that they go across the river, and this Sky Ride is the very first step towards people really ensuring that they get to appreciate the beauty of the Saluda every time they visit riverbanks. So as soon as we create this connection, we'll then move over into expanding amazing animal experiences to the West Campus.
I know we're going to talk about this a little later in the year, but it's kind of a special year for the garden as well, so kind of cool to connect the two.
That's exactly right. This is 30 years, and June will be the official birthday celebration of the garden. You know, we just celebrated 50 years of the zoo, so to be able the very next year to celebrate 30 years of our beautiful botanical garden is really exciting. And this Sky Ride is going to give folks unparalleled easy access to make sure that they don't miss the beauty of that garden in all seasons.
And speaking of easy access, is this going to be completely accessible to any visitor at Riverbanks?
It is totally ADA accessible for everyone who visits Riverbanks, from these big strollers that we see coming through here to the motorized wheelchairs that you might rent from Riverbanks, to your own wheelchair that you might bring from home. All of those things will be fully accessible.
All right. What do you think is going to be the cooler direction, going up to the garden or coming down to the zoo?
It's a great question. So having walked up that hill more times than I care to count, I think going up is going to be the coolest.
Fantastic. Lachlan, anything I'm leaving out that the public may want to know? I think we've hit most of it.
I think we've hit most of it. They are 8-person cabins, and the cabins themselves will arrive in March, and we'll actually have them out so we can show them to guests and see what that interior experience is like. But it's 2.5 minutes from one platform to the next, should you choose to ride up or down. And folks, I think, are going to really enjoy a truly unique view of the Saluda and downtown, and just generally getting to experience both sides really quickly and efficiently, not to mention it's kind of an exciting ride.
Okay, the number I heard was a possibility of 1,600 people per hour.
That is, I am not the mathematician, but I am told, I haven't double checked that math, but we've got 19 cars. They arrive in the station about every 20 seconds. Each car seats up to 8, so there you are. It's going to move a lot more people than our current transportation system, and we're really excited about that. And guests will still have the opportunity to walk up the hill should they want to. In the coming years, we do foresee that there will probably be some construction impacts as we set our sights on creating some really engaging animal habitats, but we will keep that path open for guests who want to get a little exercise to walk up that hill just as much as we can.
And last one, when I was talking to Luke, he said he builds gondolas all around the country, but he said this is the first one in the southeast.
Definitely, and I think they thought, and we thought, it might be a little warmer down here, but I'm not sure that it is. But this is going to be a truly unique attraction, not just for the zoo and zoos in general, but for the entire southeast. There's nothing quite like this. We can't wait to be the first of its kind. We can't wait for the community to come and see it.